Conversations with Rick and Eric.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Amityville Studios, because again I'm going to keep the name, and my chair just farted.
We love the fart chair.
Yeah, sometimes. I don't know why it does it sometimes. It must be the direction that I'm leaning.
You have to lubricate it.
Maybe. Just spit on it.
Get up, bitch.
But yeah, welcome back to another episode. We still I don't remember what number episode, 4.625.
This is 6.
Is it 6?
We're finally at 6. We did a whole month.
Oh, wow. It's the longest I've ever dedicated myself to something besides my child.
Right. And look, we had to have both of us involved to do it.
Team sports.
Yeah. This is as team sportsy as it gets. Besides, wrestling. We did that for a while.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? I know you've been to a bunch of stuff.
Too many things, actually.
Yeah. Because it's been a little over a week. And you also cheated and went to another podcast.
Listen, I did it just to hype us up. And we did get we got a lot of listens and a couple new viewers out of it, so I gotta pour myself out as much as I possibly can,
Right. So
my hole's just spread right open for whoever wants to take me, can take me.
So right now we're recording on a Friday right before 4th of July weekend, which is usually super busy around here, which I'm already noticing. Trying to fucking drive anywhere. And I literally went to McDonald's, and because everybody's from out of town, McDonald's is just full of fucking people.
Yep.
Like, I'm waiting 20 minutes for a McChicken. Like, what the fuck is happening?
It's the worst. I literally hate being like that destination town for the fireworks a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
But the previous weekend, you went and did stuff. You wore jorts.
Oh, yeah, Pride. Yeah. So we had our Pride celebration here in Bay City, which was pretty cool. But it was right when, the Wildfires were starting to do a thing.
They're still doing a thing.
Yeah, they're puff passing a little too much. I made the joke twice. It's still funny.
Yeah.
But, yeah, since I've been losing weight, and I don't know, figured I'd fit the part. So, wore my Pride Forever shirt, cut off some jorts to super, hoochie daddy length, and got to walk around and meet some people, and it was fun, except for the fact that we have previously discussed it was about 100 degrees, and the humidity was up, so I lasted about 2 hours, and my body was like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's about 100 degrees today, so if you hear all the background noise, I'm not turning the fucking AC off in order to record this.
I'd honestly rather die than turn off the air conditioning. That's on the way to the concert that I went to last night, which I went to the Final Fantasy Symphony down at the Detroit Symphony Orchestra. Jason doesn't believe in air conditioning until I ask him.
He doesn't. He'll drive with his windows down.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Why would anybody do that?
I don't know. Every time we went to go see Suicide Boys, and another time we drove somewhere, yeah, he had his windows down until we got on the highway, and then he put them up. And that was just so we could hear music.
I'm like, bro, so I have this thing called asthma, and there's a whole carton of cigarettes in the air at all times. Can we close that up?
Right.
I gotta protect these delicate vocal cords for the show.
Mostly it was just fucking hot.
There's that, too. Summer's the worst, honestly. I know we've always talked about it, but
it is.
There's nothing good about it.
I was feeling good because most of this month it's been in the 60s.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm cool with summer like this being whatever, and I shouldn't have said nothing out loud because as soon as I did, summer's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm running late, and just showed up. And then I went from comfortable to fucking ungodly.
I'm not a fan. Yeah, it was, oh gosh. And I had to be, our friend decided, Matt Mays. Thank you, Matty Ice and Marky Mark, for having me on your show, by the way. There you go. Watch them. I'll link the show notes or something like that so you can go check them out, too. But he decided he was going to wear a full suit.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I'm like, I got to wear something nice, too. But I had to work before. So I literally wore my white button-up shirt, underneath a suit shirt.
I mean, you have to wear a dress-up shirt anyway at work, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I wear polos at work a lot of the time.
Oh.
And everyone complains, Rick, you don't dress up enough. And I'm like, dude, it's disgusting what I do. Not as bad as working on a car or something, but I have to move things around. And those things are, A, very heavy, and B, very dirty. I can't give you too much about what I do, but they're boxes of things, and I don't think any of the boxes have ever seen like a wet wipe in their life.
It makes it sound like just like a box of just like fake badges
Just use condoms.
or like box. There was a porn store that was by my work when I lived down in Georgia that literally sold like molds of like famous people that was supposed to be like their ass and shit, like Jennifer Lopez and
Anybody can do that now. Like you request the mold and you have to like.
do it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's weird though.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's a little much. I'm not saying if somebody sent me a piece of themselves, I wouldn't take it.
I would need a what is that? A certificate of verification that it's actually real.
Show me your dick in that mold.
Yeah. Let me see the picture of Jennifer Lopez doing the mold, and then I will believe that it's actually her ass.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just getting some twink's ass.
No.
You don't know. Twinks can have fat asses.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't happen often, but it could be.
Right.
But yeah, that was. We're gonna circle back because I've already forgotten things. Pride was awesome. I got some buttons, and I had probably. I think I told it on the show there, but I had a thing of fries, like this big,
Yeah.
like 2 babies worth of fries from a food truck there.
Yeah.
And it was the greatest, especially since I was dieting hardcore the week before, which now I've since gone off on because everyone's like, "Hey, Rick, pull me in 80 directions." Food?
Yeah, usually that's like the only reason I go to the potato festival is just to go get fries.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. It's like just to go get a big ass basket of fries, and they're fucking always super good.
Sounds like something we should do again this year. That's in August, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
Get your aunt to come down again.
But yeah, fair. They have the fair going on for the fireworks right now, but I'm not about to go deal with all the people in the heat.
No, I would rather die, honestly. Hey, you know what we didn't do?
What?
Welcome to a Wide Range of Conversations with Rick and Eric.
I kind of did that.
We didn't do that, did we?
Yeah. How high are you right now?
I am. I have intaked 5 marijuana.
Which was the 5 hits of my blunt that I took before we started.
Yeah. I'm also running at about like 4 hours of sleep, so that's kind of like high, Rick.
Feel that.
Unforbidden Butthole. I keep Forbidden Butthole in. Because that pay-per-view was great.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, there was a lot to go over. John was supposed to come over and watch the matches that he wanted to see last night, but then it started to rain and he couldn't drive his motorcycle, so he didn't.
Sorry, guys, I can't drive my motorcycle.
But yeah,
it did storm.
They gave the Will Ospreay, or Dave Meltzer gave Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega like 6 out of 5 stars.
That checks out. Worth it.
Yeah. And Brian Danielson broke his arm in the middle of the match. Did you see the picture of his X-ray?
Yeah, and he kept going
for like another like 10, 20 minutes afterwards.
Yeah.
So every time we were like, something's wrong with his arm while he's still doing shit, but trying to keep his arm fucking close to his body. Yeah, his arm was just snapped in half while he was doing all those fucking submission moves, and like you could see him like try to use his arm, but it was like, yeah. So
good. Shout out him, honestly. Like I'd have just stopped. I'd be like, all right, we're done.
Yeah, and it was a freak accident too. It was literally just because his arm was in the way. When Okada landed on him with an elbow drop from the top rope, he didn't have his arm in the right spot, and so he landed on him fucking with all of his weight right here on his arm and just snapped that bitch in half.
That's how you know Okada's badass too.
Right.
He's gonna just snapping people's elbows and arms.
And then yesterday, from today, where we're recording, the AEW game came out, which I was gonna hold off on getting because I wanted to get the Ultra Mega, which I still got the Ultra Mega thing, but it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I was just sitting there staring at it, and I'm like, fuck it. Treat yourself.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
and got it, so been playing a little bit of that. It's fun. I don't really remember, I didn't really play a whole bunch of No Mercy back in the day, except for maybe at friends' houses and shit.
I did.
But Mark said the controls are exactly the same, basically.
Okay.
And it's all, like, if you loved No Mercy on 64 and you love AEW, you'll enjoy the game.
I want to play that game very much, but I have 2 games that I have not finished yet. So I refuse to buy another game until one of them is done.
And I mean, I haven't gotten into the career mode yet, but apparently it's supposed to be kind of like the way the old SmackDown games used to be on fucking PlayStation.
Oh, shit.
And that's kind of same setup mode, kind of, but not as cheesy. I don't know.
I've seen, like, stills online where it's like the Young Bucks are telling somebody, I don't know who it was, like, you can't trust CM Punk. And I'm like, shit, it knows. Also, fuck CM Punk. But also, he's a good guy. I don't know where I stand with him.
He's an asshole. That's
Can I kick him in the dick once? Yeah. I feel like I'd be okay with him after that.
But yeah, game's fun. Suggest check it out. It's literally just gonna be fun just to fucking play online or everybody sitting playing together, like, and just beating each other up doing dumb shit because they have the exploding barbed wire death match in there.
Fuck yeah.
So it's literally just like how we used to do back in high school. We would fucking just do dumb matches when we I remember when we did. That was when we made Hillary Duff and Justin Timberlake all on fucking PlayStation. It was the Hillary Duff dive.
Yeah, that's still classic, honestly. Hillary Duff was a force to be reckoned with back then.
It was, yeah.
Out of nowhere, she would just win, and I think she was a champion for a long time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember. IGN gave the game a 6.
You know, IGN.
Jason said he can't really listen to them on some shit. Mark said that was completely wrong. Yeah.
You can't see, but I'm making the motion of
yeah,
money.
that's what Jason said on Wednesday. He was like, they either get paid to give over to their fucking rating or they don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
And they get whatever the fuck, so.
It's funny that all the AAA games that have been waiting to come out are all instant 10 out of 10s. You know?
The AAA games.
AAA are the, like, that means, like, games that have put a lot of money into.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There's also...
Yeah.
We were still in the mode of wrestling, and there's also a Mexican wrestling fed called AAA, so you're like, they got all these AAA games waiting to come out. I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? Like, I have not heard any of this.
It'd be cool if there was. I really just want a Lucha Underground game, or a DVD.
They have the DVD, like, on Amazon. It is,
but it isn't.
Yeah. I was looking into that,
That was the funnest time, honestly. When me and you would be like, we're going to sit around, we're going to watch Lucha Underground, and watch all the people that we knew, but they had to be in masks because they were in, you know, in between contracts for things.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a good time.
They have it on, I checked out that Plex thing because the ad popped up on Facebook because they have a Power Rangers station on there too. That's just Power Rangers all the time.
I'm in.
But it's like TV. But they have the El Rey Network, which is what Lucha Underground used to be on, and they have, like, they'll just play a bunch of fucking episodes of Lucha Underground and shit, so.
Oh, speaking of Power Ranger stuff, there is a filter on TikTok that makes you...
your thing, yeah.
I'm a hot Power Ranger. Honestly, like, with the glasses and everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I, like, morph out of my glasses? Like, it's morphin' time.
I wish they would throw a helmet on you, though,
or
something. Like, that's what I was hoping for.
Me too.
It was like, no.
People have to do weird shit to get helmets, though. They put, like...
I saw some dude literally put a helmet on in one.
I don't think I own a helmet. No?
I think it was like a bike helmet or some shit or something.
Sorry, I had to yawn.
No, you're good.
I'm like... Don't want to do that into the mic. Like Kim. Shout out Kim. Kim Wilson from Horror Soup, who'd always chew Razzles on the microphone, and people yelled about it for days.
Razzles?
I don't know, really. They're like kind of...
I think it's a candy, isn't it?
It's a candy, and then she would just be like... and then laughing into the microphone while she's talking about Amityville horror movies. It's a love-hate relationship, but I love her. She's wonderful. She also just celebrated a birthday not too long ago, so happy birthday. Belated.
Yours is coming up.
No, it's not.
The one that we don't speak of.
We don't discuss Rick's birthdays.
Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, pop, and alcoholic beverages. It's movie time with Rick and Eric.
So I try to take over doing the movie thing. To watch a movie.
Ooh, what'd you watch?
I didn't watch a full movie. I started a movie called Trap House on Tubi.
Why do I know this?
And it's like labeled as like a horror action movie thing, because I was looking into the action movies.
Does he turn into a dog?
No, I only got like 30 minutes into
shit.
it.
I've seen that otherwise.
No, it started with a couple like crackheads, and like the cops bust in, and then the house is all booby trapped. This dude gets his brains blown out, and then when the other cop shows up to like look into what's going on, he like sees the guy he's talking to is like, "Oh, we got some junkie laying on the ground. His head's all blown off." Made some joke about him, and he looks at him and just starts sobbing, and we're like, "What the fuck?" And they show, and it's apparently his brother or something, because they both had matching fucking tattoos on their arm.
That's the only way you can tell they're brothers.
And then there was some weird white dude in a gas mask, and
I'm already nervous.
And then it started getting weird with like some kid, and I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And then my ADD kicked in, and so then I ended up watching someone make Big Mac tacos, and so.
Oh yeah, did you ever make those?
No, not yet.
That might be a thing soon.
So yeah, I failed at the movie attempt. I don't know if you watched any movies.
Not been home. I've been watching South Park. Does that count?
Yeah, Mark showed me the episode of because he was South Park with the AI generator that you tell it to type out something for you, and it types the whole fucking thing.
Oh, I haven't seen that. It must be a newer one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, because he has an app on his phone and pays $40 a fucking month or something for it.
Who does?
Or it's $40 a year. Mark does.
For that?
I think it might be 40 a year. I don't know.
Oh, hell no.
And for the AI little response thing.
I don't like it. That's stupid.
Because he was showing me when we were recording, and he's like, check it out. You can go write me a love song about Taco Bell, and it like just fucking wrote a whole love song. Like just and like we'll say like chorus, verse, chorus, and like break it down. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah.
That's too much, man. That's Skynet shit right there.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't get too far to the movie. I'm trying to even think anything else that I would even qualify to fit into the movie section of things. Nothing I can think of.
I watched the live show for Caleb. They watched Rectuma.
What is that?
It is about a giant ass that kills people.
Okay.
Yeah. And the best part...
Is it owned by Shakira?
No, her hips don't... her hips don't lie, but does her ass.
Maybe. I'm cool to die by that ass if that's...
Hey, I would give one hell of a eulogy at your funeral. Like, here lies Eric, smothered between two cheeks.
Yes.
But anyway, yeah, that was pretty awesome. They talked a lot about the main character. I don't even remember what he says. He says something about there's this black guy that's in the office with him, and he says something about he can't open up this letter, and the black guy's like, "Damn, weak ass white people!" I just opened up this letter.
What?
And it was anthrax, and then he died. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
The black guy died?
He did.
Oh, damn. Don't open anyone's mail. Let them struggle. Just let them struggle.
It's a crime, but also don't trust white people. But yeah.
Right.
That was the only thing I did, and I didn't even watch it really. They were watching it for me, kind of.
Yeah.
But I fucking love that movie until it's one of those movies where when it's very, very good, and then it's very racist. Like, racist.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, it's 2003, and, we're after...
It's 2023.
I know, but this movie was made in 2020.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say right now it's 2003. I'm like,
no.
What?
God, no. But, so after the tower situation...
Yeah. Oh.
They were making fun of...
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Like, that was real hard to watch. But the movie's hilarious until then, and then you're like, ooh. But there's a suicide bomber in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
with a butt plug. We should really watch Rec 2. I think you'd really like it, actually. Besides that part's really rough.
Does the butt plug set off the bomb?
No. So they shoot a bazooka butt plug into the ass because it's destroying buildings.
Uh-huh.
It's a really big ass. And it, like, goes perfectly into the hole so they can, like, climb up to the ass. That's also on Tubi, by the way. Watch Rec 2.
Yeah. That Trap House said it was a Tubi original, so I'm assuming anything that's a Tubi original is just going to be trash.
We should just make a Tubi original.
Yeah.
Just
We talked about this before.
I know. But I think it needs to happen. You can just make anything an Amityville movie.
Yeah.
And then we can charge people $20 for something to access a Dropbox and never actually get the movie. There's heat.
Yeah, because that was when we talked about bringing a Pollo Diablo back.
We should, honestly. This fall.
But have it be somebody in like a Slipknot looking chicken mask that's killing people.
Or it's still the rubber chicken.
That works too.
I mean, how many Sharknado movies have you seen?
However many. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them.
If there's a Sharknado and there's a Sharks of Corn with a rubber shark that bites a tit, a rubber chicken needs it's time.
Yeah, for sure.
In the sun.
Question of the day.
So, I have a question for our question of the show /day/ I think it's question of the day in the intro thing.
It could be anything.
So, what is worse, like pain-wise?
Okay.
A paper cut
Ooh.
or a stub toe?
So I only have my current pain to deal with right now, and since my foot and my toe is the worst right now, if I were to stub this toe, I'd shoot myself. So,
But I mean, if you didn't though, like
if there was no pain in my foot at all, right? We're going off of clear.
yeah, which one do you think is the worst?
Define the cut. Is it in between the fingers?
Just a paper cut, just
Box, like cardboard, or normal paper?
I mean, I would say normal paper.
I'm gonna say stub toe's worse. That fucking hurts.
I mean, I'm trying to if I've ever had like a fucking cardboard box paper cut before.
Though, now listen, if you say cardboard cuts are the fucking worst. Because they have that serrated shit sometimes, and when you rub it across, it's like extra cuts. I'm out.
Yeah.
That is way worse than stubbing your toe.
Yeah. And I think in the for long term pain, like a paper cut, like you don't notice, like it'll happen, you're like for a second, and then it's like takes minutes afterwards for all of a sudden for it to be like, oh fuck, damn, like this shit hurts.
That's true.
And then God forbid you fucking get something on your hands, like like you're doing something,
Salt.
yeah, or some shit like that. Yeah, like a paper cut on your fucking finger, and you dive into some fucking fries, and there's salt, yeah, or whatever the fuck. Then you're like even worse. But also, like nothing makes me want to flip over furniture more than stubbing my fucking toe and doing it where you stub it where that shit cracks and goes to the side kind of thing, and it feels like you just fucking broke your toe. Literally, all I can do is either go, "Bitch, fuck, God, motherfucker," just fucking freak out screaming, or just go, and just try not to fucking put my fist through the wall or something, because it's the most immediate fucking thing.
Yep.
And the worst is the fucking pinky toe. Like when you think you're clear, you've gone clear enough to get past what you're doing, and your pinky toe just catches the edge of the fucking couch or something. It just does like clack, 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 and then I want to go fucking just Super Saiyan.
The worst thing I've ever done like that. The trigger warning. It's gonna be a gross story. All right, here it comes. So I accidentally caught my toenail on the top of there's a loose part of the sock, and I went to bend down, and it was still stuck in there, and it popped up. So like the thing looped around my toenail. So when I bent down, it was still stuck on it and popped the whole toenail out and moved my toe up. So it like popped like a stub, like I popped it out of joint, and the whole toenail came with it.
Sweet.
No, it hurt really fucking bad.
Was that when you lost your toenail when we were younger?
The second time. That was this one was only 4 years ago.
Oh.
The other one I lost my toenail on because I had to have surgery on it.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. I have ingrown toenails, which if anybody has those, my feet suck. Like, I'm just going to put it that way. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Like, I have to go to a whole ass foot doctor now soon because I'm 40 now, but that was the worst part. The first time, like, you have to go in there and they cut the sides of your toe, so that way they don't. And then they put this weird cauter, like they burn part of your toe,
Yeah.
so that way that you can't grow any toenail there again.
Oh.
So that was kind of cool. But they're like, there's a 50-50 chance you'll lose your toenail, and I'm like, yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
That's a weird feeling, by the way.
Yeah, I can't even.
I don't know how to explain it to you. It's fucking weird. It's like when you cut. Like, if you cut your fingernails too, like, small.
Too short.
Yeah, too short. Or if you break one off so, like, there's a little skin showing.
Yeah.
Think that, but constantly with a sock on it.
Yeah, I've accidentally cut my, like, toenail, like, my big toenail too short. And then it fucking feels weird.
Dude, everybody with a foot fetish is just hot right now. Like...
Maybe there's a thing for bad feet on that Feet Finder. Have you seen the commercials for that? They have.
No, there's a feet finder.
There's a Feet Finder commercial now. Like, it's like literally a Sasquatch doing something like Sasquatch running a marathon. Now that's weird, but looking for things on Feet Finder is not weird.
Shut up.
And I swear to God, I've seen like a couple different commercials for fucking Feet Finder.
Google, don't at me, but I'm for sure gonna Google feet finder right now.
But yeah, they have commercials for them, and I'm like, what in the fuck? They like came on.
Oh my God! It is an app, and it is right there.
Yeah, you can you can upload feet photos.
Sell feet. Oh my God!
And sell feet photos. So I made some joke to Rachel about selling feet photos, and she took one photo and she's like, "Here, see what you can do." So now I'm literally gonna try to fucking upload it and see if I can fucking make money off of it.
I could never. My feet are disgusting.
That's what I'm saying. They might be people that are into that shit. That like corns.
I find it so hard to believe that, but I don't know. It was the same thing. Like, I've never thought of myself as like attractive, and then you wear booty shorts, and people are like, "Hey, nice ass." And you're like, "Oh, thank you." It's a progress. Maybe I will find somebody like, "Hey, do you like really disgusting feet?" I got you, babe.
It'd be like the scene. Fuck. I think it's "Don't Be a Menace" to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood, where he's putting all like the fucking hot sauce and like he takes a thing of government cheese and melts it on her feet and shit, and it's like sucking all this shit off her toes. And at one point he's like spitting out rocks and everything. It's the Wayans brothers, so you know that shit's fucking out there. But
scary movie shout out. But yeah.
That's all I ever think of whenever I see something on the internet or something in a video of somebody like sucking people's toes and shit. That's the scene that I immediately jump to, is just that dude like spitting out rocks and like all this other shit. Just
yeah, I'm not trying to yuck anybody's yum, but feet are just not it for me. I'm sorry.
No.
Never. Could never.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've even tried the attention of like being super stoned and like, let's just hit random on fucking the porn video and see what comes up.
Feet.
And it's like some like chick jerking off a dude with her feet and shit. And I'm like, what?
Don't touch that. Don't touch that with your feet, ma'am. So here you go. So if I don't know, somebody very attractive woman comes up to you and is like, "I'll let you do whatever you want to me, but you gotta suck my feet for X amount of time."
Okay.
What's that time? What's the longest you're willing to go?
I really don't know. Do I get to look at her feet first? Or is this just
No.
a blind? Blind?
She's really attractive.
Like a minute?
See, shit, I'd go longer than that. It depends on how hot he is.
I don't know, a minute or two. I don't know. Because going in blind is what weirds me out. Because like,
Oh yeah.
She could be hot, but then have those fucking Dennis Rodman feet.
Ooh. Just like the curled toe, like a talon.
Yeah, and then like bunions and corns and.
I've never actually seen a bunion or a corn.
They're just like nasty looking fucking gross bumps on your feet and shit.
Well, people are gonna. Google's gonna think I have a foot fetish for real.
Nah, you're just like your algorithm for Spotify is messed up with the gay country music.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah. What are those things called again? Bunion?
Yeah, you're looking at bunion.
Oh, those look terrible.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, going in blind, you just be like, because that could be...
Dude, I might have a bunion. They develop in the joints of toes.
Yeah. So
I gotta wait a whole ass month before somebody looks at this fucking thing. Did our weird foot fetish conversation just...
Just WebMD'd his whole foot situation, but thank you, Foot Finder, for curing my foot disease and finding out what the fuck is wrong
yeah, look
with
at this thing. Look at that bottom one.
Yeah.
That's Lucy sneezing. That's fucked up. I wonder if I should... Can you just buy corn?
You can buy stuff for corns and over the counter and shit. You just have to go.
All right, we got to cut all this. Nobody wants to hear this part of this podcast, but...
I've been in the danger zone.
He got it back. -5 stars.
Now it's time for Eric's Wrestling Corner.
This is a skyway.
So we got the Wrestling Corner, which won't be super long because Rick made a whole video of it while we were setting up.
Yeah.
But
Shout out Tits McGee.
yeah, it was 2 Lucha Libre female wrestlers we watched. It's a wrestling fed called Zona 23. They're literally in Mexico somewhere. Well, it looks like the middle of a fucking junkyard because there's old trucks and cars and shit all over the place.
I love that they just picked out 2 lot lizards and were like, "Hey, bitches, do you want to wrestle?"
Well, I've seen Tits McGee in other places before.
Okay. So she's a professional lot lizard.
Yeah, but yeah, they basically beat the fuck out of each other. One chick gets thrown through a fucking back window of a car.
Which was wild, by the way.
And she went all the way through.
First off, it was Tits McGee versus Crack Whore. And Crack Whore literally does crack at one point during there. Like, she's got it down, and she's like, "Oh my god, I've been through a windshield. You know, some bitch is like hit me with her tits this whole match. I'm fucked up." And a guy walks up to her and is like, and then she just gets up and she's like, "Ugh." She got the power of crack in her again, like fucking spinach.
But yeah, she gets blasted over the head with the little window that hangs in the back window of your truck. If you have a truck with a topper on it, and you have to raise that little piece of glass in order to drop your tailgate and shit. And then they tried real hard to break a window on a car door that did not want to fucking break.
They just yeeted that car door at themselves like a lot for no reason.
Yeah, and
there was a boob on boob light tube moment.
Oh, I might not have been watching at that point. I might have looked away for a second.
Yeah, so Tits McGee puts a light bulb tube underneath her boobs, and then just like
at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She, I'm doing the motions like you guys can actually see them, but like she puts the light bulb tube underneath her breasts, which are very ample. Let's put it that way. That's why she's called Tits McGee. And then runs at Crack Whore and just like chest bumps her with this light bulb tube. It was pretty incredible, actually. I gave that a 5 out of 5.
But yeah, they almost die a few times off the top of a truck from falling, and there's a lot of unnecessary violence.
My favorite part probably was the sunset flip thing that they did on top of a fucking actual like semi bus. Like
Which almost fell off.
Yeah, like she did this flip thing, and like you see her towards like the edge, and I'm like, that is a very you will fall and die.
Did you watch the other one that I sent you that I was gonna pick, but I've seen?
No, because you told me not to, and I want to keep it surprised.
Okay, then we won't. But
we'll do it later.
There's it involves Ronald McDonald. That's all I'm gonna say.
We've got clown. Wait, no, because I remember I did call them juggalettes at first.
Yeah,
they're not.
They weren't. They just kind of look like it.
Do you think Ronald McDonald was the original Juggalo.
Probably.
He's all like, "Hey, y'all kids, get some high C. Smell my armpits. Haven't fucking washed them in a week."
He did have like a whole gang of crazy people.
I'm saying.
Grimace and Hamburglar.
McDonald's original home of the Juggalos. What do they call that? What do they call that? Is it the Gathering of the Juggalos?
Yeah, I want to go one time. That's
Wait,
all.
TM. McDonald's. The original Gathering of the Juggalos. That's it. We're putting that on a shirt.
McDonald's, the original Gathering of the Juggalos. Yeah. No, I want to go to one of those one time. Just one time.
It's too much for me, man. Like, the smell would be too much.
I don't know. I think it'd just be a trip.
If I was very drunk, I think I would do okay.
I don't think there's a way that you're not.
That's true.
Like I've watched videos on YouTube of like people that like go and they like document their time there. Like there's people just chilling, doing fucking nitrous and shit, just hanging out, fucking doing the little rippets and filling up the balloon and fucking and just No,
my eyes was just like, excuse me, we're just doing these in public, but who cares? But why? Nah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not saying I would do the nitrous thing. It would just be a fucking trip to just see. Just
people do that though. They're just like, oh guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
Does it do the same thing as like helium?
It gets you. It's well. I mean, I think that's what Steve-O was all fucked up on.
No. Okay.
Well, he used to do fucking nitrous. That when they busted him, made him go to rehab and shit. It's like that bitch that did Duster, that was on Intervention. And she'd fucking
Duster,
like this spray shit you use to fucking clear out your computer and all that shit.
Wait, I've only seen a thing of that where a woman was in love with her duster.
No, it's just like that. She'd just go and they at one point. They have her picture up at certain Staples and shit like that because she'd go there and wipe out all their fucking duster and then go into her van in the parking lot and just fucking until she blacked out and they were like, she was like recording herself or the team was recording her and she's like, I feel like I'm walking on sunshine and just and she's just like killing brain cells over.
Do
and over.
you? Ma'am, this is an Arby's.
Arby's, we've got some wild shit going on in the drive-thru.
I'm saying that's just common.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah, you're right there.
There was one time some dude OD'd in their drive-thru.
Oh no!
And then another time, which was crazy as fuck, because I was on lunch right beforehand. So on my lunch break, like in my fucking video that I posted, I'll fall asleep on my lunch break. That's why when I posted on my story, I'm waiting for that time that I forget to set my alarm, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh fuck, like wake up. But I came in for my lunch, and we're standing there, and, like, all of a sudden, you see a couple unmarked police cars pulling in with their lights on and a bunch of sheriffs and shit surround this one fucking car in the drive-thru, jump out, guns drawn, fucking screaming the whole fucking thing and shit. We're all like, whoa. Like,
calm down there, sir.
They got the dudes out of the fucking car, and when they later pulled it off to the side and shit and started pulling shit out, they were pulling out like bags of guns and everything. So this was like a legit like bust, like a big thing. But my thought was about 5 minutes ago, I was asleep right by where they were. If I had been asleep and all of a sudden just heard, get out of the car, I'd have fucking shit my pants and flew up like, what the fuck is Yeah. It would have been fucking terrible.
That's how you go home. Listen, cops came with weapons drawn. I literally shit my pants. I'm going home for the day.
Right. But yeah, Arby's has always got some shit going on, so.
Legit.
Could be the Duster bitch in there somewhere. Who knows?
I remember seeing one of those too where, do you see the one, I think it was on like a real life MTV thing, but it was the dude who really liked balloons.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's a fetish thing too.
No,
like,
shut up.
Yeah, or like chicks like rubbing themselves with balloons and or like. There's like fetishes for like everything.
I know, and I'm sure everybody's got their thing, but I don't know. I've never been like, look at that balloon, fucking red one, rubbing my boob.
Yeah, and then there's like breaks off into like pregnant chicks with balloons and like.
So you start kind of like, oh, I could see where that could be a thing, and then we branch off into, ooh.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit. I was going to tell a story about a dude with a stub, but I won't get myself canceled.
No thanks.
There was a black man with a stub for a leg that had his stub also sucked on.
Wait, you ended up watching That Curious Case of Natalie Grace.
Yeah, I did.
We should have talked about that, because that midget... Is
that guy?
Is that politically correct to say? Well, let's little people, sorry,
Yeah.
TM. For them, I guess.
That was just, yeah. Him saying they was drowning in pussy because he was a country singer.
No, yeah. He's just like, listen, I never got any complaints. I've been drowning in pussy. I just literally, I can't breathe sometimes. I'm so wet. I fucking died. I've never laughed that hard at something that should not have been funny. Just this guy who can't even walk barely. He uses like this weird armchair thing to get around. And just to come up to the microphone, he's just like, listen, I ain't never had any complaints before, that motherfucker.
I'm more well endowed than the average person. Like, obviously your dick's gonna look huge. The rest of you is the size of a fucking chihuahua.
That was the wildest thing I've ever seen on TV. Just that whole thing in general. And the Stewart from Mad TV, the dad.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
That guy was over dramatic as fuck.
He did some stuff. And we'll never know.
Yeah.
Allegedly, he did some things. But yeah, they adopted that daughter. That was actually a kid.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I would have never thought that was a kid.
She was like, they're what, like 12 or something when they
Yeah.
just let her be like.
Oh, you're 30. Peace.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was a tripped up show.
But it was a good watch, but then you realize that there's actual people behind it, and you're like, ooh.
And then no one got in trouble for anything.
Well, the mom kind of did, because the dad he sucks. Fuck that guy. Honestly, it's not even allegedly fuck that guy, but fuck that guy. You know what you did. Stewart from Mad TV.
Warning. This part is not for the easily offended.
This is part of the show we're going to tell offensive jokes. That's why there's a warning beforehand.
Yeah.
Rick doesn't have a joke right now. We'll see if we can figure one out, but I have a couple. So if you would like to fill your mouth with liquid, sir.
Again?
Alright. Again, I only have like 4 jokes, so. My son came up to me the other day and said, I'm really depressed. I pointed to the spare room and said, hang in there, son. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's a white person's favorite nation? Discrimination. This one you might get. Why was the gay man fired from the sperm bank? For drinking on the job. We only got 2 left. Are you gonna make it through? What was Hitler's favorite drink? Orange juice. 100% concentrate. The very last one then is, if you are what you eat, why is Jeffrey Dahmer white?
Fuck that guy. Ugh. That went on my nose a little bit.
At least the last one got. I like wrote these all down last night in like the worst handwriting ever. Like trying to write shit down.
See, I don't have anything ready for this. I literally had to Google jokes. This is where I'm at in my life. All right. I don't want to. That's a banger to start this whole thing out with. Okay. Why is the Lepers hockey game? That's a stupid thing. Why was the Lepers hockey game canceled? There was a face-off in the corner. If at first you don't succeed...
Hold on.
Oh, wait. He swallowed. Alright? If at first you don't succeed, skydiving isn't for you. I started crying when Dad was cutting onions. Onions was such a good dog. Here I am dying. Vamping. Oh, okay. Oh no. I'll never forget my granddad's last words he said just before he died. Are you still holding that ladder? Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled. What do you call a blonde in the freezer? Her parents named her Jessica, so that's what we should probably continue to call her that. She was supposed to graduate tomorrow. Because she's dead in the freezer. I bet my friend $5 that he would drown in a lake. It was a really bittersweet victory.
Was that even the other words? All I heard was a pretty bittersweet.
It was a bittersweet victory.
Oh.
Because he drowned him. For $5. It's like whenever your dude friend says $20 is $20. Chelsea.
I was holding that water for too long. Now my cheeks hurt.
Just like a chipmunk.
Yeah. You ever get that weird thing, like after you read, like you get all like the shakes, like it's an adrenaline thing? Like I've always had that happen to me since like middle school when you sit there and be like, please don't pick on me to read in front of the class.
Tell me you have anxiety without telling me you have anxiety.
Literally just reading those jokes and shit. Then afterwards I was done. I'm like, oh, holy fuck.
And here I'm just like trying not to bust like out laughing the whole time. No, I mean I used to get that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, fuck it. I read fart jokes on the internet for a living. There's whole pictures of me without my shirt out there. Who cares?
Right. But yeah, that's another episode of the show. We're still in the midst of building up and working on the Mighty Morphin Millennial Rangers.
Yeah.
They're only like going to be 20-minute episodes, so we could probably just drop a bunch at one time.
Just do a bunch at once?
Like, just drop, do them and then drop them, like, at a time. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Who knows? But we also have real lives and jobs and families and shit.
Stupid.
And, yeah. And so...
Real life sucks.
Adulting sucks. I don't have a regular, like, set schedule every week, so we just try to do shit on days when we can. So, if we're not as consistent as other podcasts, like the one that Rick went to on Monday, I don't know why their name just fucking farted out of my head.
That was the fart out of your head.
But, yeah, we try to put out what we can when we can. Rick's always putting shit up on Instagram. And, yeah, Rick's always putting shit up on Instagram.
It's true. It is my guilty pleasure nowadays. But, yeah, we thank you for tuning in to Wide Range of Conversations. I am now Not Charted on every single platform that you have. So if you search Not Charted, that's going to be me, which is the best Nathan Drake joke I can come up with, because Uncharted.
Oh, is that what it's from?
Yeah.
Oh,
I literally went the old English route and was like, Not Charted.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's not funny. But, yeah, I'm that on all socials if you want to follow me. Eric is Eric with a bunch of underscores and 989.
Just look at his friends list. I'll be there in there somewhere.
Probably. But now there's a link tree in my bio there, too, if you want to check out the show. We are now on Google, Google Music, Amazon, and Audible as well. I got signed up for them. We still have to figure out how to do... I don't want to give Apple Podcasts my whole soul.
Right.
But people tell me that there's a way around that, so I'm going to try.
Right on.
I'm a marketing fucking madman lately.
Right on. But until next time, folks, we will fill your ears with disgusting goo. I don't know.
Goo? Get that cleaned out. With all the wildfires, it's going to stick in there. You're going to get an infection.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Fucking wildfires, man. I'm used to sitting in smoke. This shit's ridiculous.